Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna do my 50k Q&A session. I did a Q&A session back when I got 10,000 subscribers, and that was way back. And now we're here with 50k. That's a lot of people. Anyways, today I decided to spice things up and let you guys ask me the questions in Chinese, and I'm gonna answer in English. So that's gonna be fun. If you're new to this channel, on my channel I talk about the TOEFL test, I talk about studying abroad, and also language related studies. Anyways, just language in general, so if you're a language nerd, hit that subscribe button and also the notification bell. Alright, without further ado, let's quickly get into the first question. 为什么大学会选择中文系？感觉老师比较喜欢外文系相关的。Alright, truth be told, I didn't get in 外文系, but I did love Chinese literature. I did a lot of Chinese writing. I actually published my work in the papers back in the days in high school. It's never a decision that I regret, I have to say. 讲英文的时候需要音调，想请问你要怎么样讲才能够有更好听的音调？ I think it's imitation. You find someone that you want to sound like, whether it be Justin Bieber or Donald Trump or Emma Watson or Boris Johnson. I don't know. Anyone you like, anyone you want to sound like, and just listen to him or her all the time and try to act like the person and fake it till you make it. 有想回到加拿大发展吗？工作之类的？ Yes, for sure, because I'm spiritually Canadian, even though I don't like poutine and I don't watch hockey. But still, Canadian at heart. 择偶以及择友偏好. Oh, I like this question. So for a partner, I'm looking for someone who's bilingual, bicultural, intelligent, ambitious, spontaneous, and nerdy, I guess. Nerdy in a good way though, and also fun. Just please don't be boring. Please don't be boring. And if on our first date you order whiskey old-fashioned, we should probably just get married. As for friends, I like people who could go out for a drink with me and enjoys podcasts. So random. But I really do enjoy having deep talks over drinks. I think it's one of the favorite things that I like to do with my friends and maybe my boyfriend. Yeah. 想问，当你遇到文法有些用错，或是单字不完全进入生成记忆，都用什么方式解决呢？ Well, if you're still asking me this question, it means that you're not practicing enough. All I could say is practice and repetition and more practice, or to say deliberate practice. You have to deliberately practice the forms, the words that you're targeting. So that's the trick. 怎么样因缘际会下成为猫咪的中途之家? Well, my ex broke up with me and I was super heartbroken and I needed a furry friend. Yes, that's the story. 想问留学建议先考 GMAT 还是托福? I get this question all the time. I don't even know if this is a real question because at the end of the day, you need to pass both, right? So all I could say is suit yourself. Lily 最喜欢旅行的国家? Definitely Japan. I love going to Japan and I speak a little bit Japanese, so that's really helpful. 请问在加拿大都怎么解决三餐？是自己料理居多吗? Yes, I started cooking when I moved to Canada. Before that, I didn't even know how to fry an egg, but now I'm okay. I mean, I could make a decent meal for myself. If you know me personally, you would know that I rarely go out and eat. Even after I moved back to Taiwan, I cook most of the time because I'm more into fitness right now, so it really was a game changer. 亚洲人皮肤白在美国比较不容易被歧视吗? This is a really weird question. If people want to discriminate you, they could do it however they want. It has nothing to do with how pale your skin is. So, 喝醉之后做过最疯狂的事? Well, I've never really done something crazy, but I've blacked out before. And the other morning when I woke up, I looked at the photos on my phone, and I was with a friend. I saw pictures of us walking in the park, and I asked her, girl, did we go to the park together? And she said, yeah, we were walking, and you look fine. You look super sober. Which is funny because then whenever I black out, my friends always tell me that I look super sober. I probably just suffer from memory loss. after alcohol. I've never really done anything super crazy. Maybe just not yet.
想请问大学是去哪一间学校交换呢？大学毕业后的1年在补习班教托福，然后一边申请研究所吗？
So first, I did exchange in UBC, and yes, I taught in 补习班. Actually, when I was still in college, because I still had some credits to finish at school. I only had a few credits left, so it wasn't too bad. After my exchange year, I was pretty sure that I wanted to go back to Canada. Yeah, I started to apply for grad school right away.
研究所大概读多久开始写论文啊？
The thing is, I've never really done like a thesis. I did my independent study. So I finished my degree in a year-ish, a year and 3 months. And during that period, I presented in one of the biggest conferences in the field. And also, I got one publication. And now after graduation, I'm working towards my second publication, and I did my second conference talk. The reason why I didn't do a thesis, it was not really my choice. It's a really long story, and I don't really want to get into it. But yeah, at first I was really devastated for not being able to do a thesis, but it turned out to be somehow rewarding afterwards, or else I wouldn't be able to do my YouTube study. I wouldn't be able to get a publication out within a year. So that's that. You never know. Sometimes it's a blessing in disguise. Yes.
毕业后想往哪个方面发展？做和语言学有关的研究吗？但做研究吃得饱吗？问号。
Alright, that's a very harsh question. Whoever asked me that, you sound like my mom. You actually sound like my mom. I do love research. It's a true passion of mine. And also, I love YouTube. That's why I'm still doing YouTube. So for now, I'm trying to mesh them together. Like doing research on YouTube. Well, I actually already did. But I'm still looking for ways to incorporate my research and my YouTube career. A PhD is still an option in the future, but I haven't really wrapped my head around it. Well, I'm still at the crossroads, so stop asking questions like my mom does. Yeah.
你对升学主义的看法是什么？
Well, I've actually posted something extremely personal on my Instagram a few weeks back, and I got really positive feedback from my viewers. And I encourage you to go see that post. It's about my experience with 升学主义, or you call it diplomaism. I don't know if that's even a word. But yeah, so those are my thoughts, so go and check that out.
你现在的目标和未来的梦想是什么？是否有正慢慢进行的远程目标？
Well, I've always been a very goal-oriented person. My whole life is about goals and goals after goals. But the thing is, I never tell people what my goal is. I think it's a personality thing. Whenever I talk about a goal that I have, it's usually when I'm already really close. Well, I do have plans ahead, but I'll let you guys know when I feel like it.
想问语言学校真的有用吗？
I get a lot of questions like something 有用吗? Well, of course the instruction plays a role, but there's a huge body of research that's on individual differences, which is aptitude, motivation, gender, personality. Whether or not learning is successful really depends on the learner. Are language schools effective? This is not a real question. It's more like, are you willing to put yourself out there? Are you willing to self-learn after class? Are you willing to initiate conversation? I mean, these are all the questions you have to answer yourself. So I'm not gonna say that language schools are completely useless, because learning or not, honestly, it's the learner's choice. Oftentimes it's not on the teacher. The teacher is a variable, but the learner himself is also equally responsible for the outcome of learning and teaching.
想问如何在国外更容易与外国同学有交流？
Well, for me, a really practical tip is to watch Netflix, because everyone loves TV shows. I know a lot of people watch Black Mirror, Breaking Bad, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, The Office. These are the shows that I love to talk about when I first meet someone, so that we could instantly have something in common to talk about. So again, go watch some TV shows. I've recommended a bunch on my channel already, so go check out those videos.
有没有想要回补习班教书？想知道老师会不会再开托福面授课程？
For now, I'm not going back to 补习班. because for me it's like going back to square one. I started off from 补习班 and I'm going further down the road right now.
看起来很高，身高多少？
I am actually not tall. I am 161 centimeters tall. I don't think that's considered tall, even in an Asian context. But fun fact, I actually have a really long thigh. That sounds so weird, but my thigh is really long, so it makes me look taller. You know when you do squats, your toes, like your knees, are not supposed to pass your toes. So my trainer told me that it's okay if my knees slightly pass my toes. That's how, because I have a weird bone structure, I guess. So maybe I look taller than I am.
如何决定要不要读研究所？
Oh, big question. I guess you have to look at your long-term goals. Does getting a graduate degree help your long-term goal? I think that's the real question that you should be asking yourself.
毕业时担任托福老师的经验，会不会因为非外文系遇到困难？
Well, I did not encounter any difficulties on that, which I'm really grateful for. However, I did experience some discrimination while applying for teaching, and I talked about it in one of my other videos. Go check that out over here. But for most of the time, I don't feel frustrated because honestly, first of all, people who discriminate, they're ignorant. Second of all, it's their loss because it's their best interest to hire me. Yes, so it's their loss. I feel bad for them, not for myself.
加拿大担任英文老师的经验谈。
Being able to teach in Canada in a language school was one of the best experiences I've ever had. At first I hated it, I have to be honest, because it was summer school and extremely hot and I have to go to work every day, but I was so lucky to be able to teach these immigrants, these refugees, where 30 different languages are spoken because we all have very different backgrounds. And it was also challenging for my teaching practice because I'll have to teach students who only speak Spanish or who only speak Portuguese. And it was a real challenge. I learned so much in the process.
以前大学有参加什么类型的社团或打工吗？
I was actually really antisocial when I was in college. And a lot of the people in my cohort, they don't go out drinking with me and they don't listen to podcasts. But yeah, I felt like I didn't really fit in. I had a small group of friends. That's how my personality has always been. I like having a really close group of friends instead of like, you know, being in different groups and like being super active among all the club activities and all that. So I would say I was a loner. Yep.
当你想要耍废的时候，如何摆脱这个情绪，让自己继续前进？
I motivate myself with guilt. No, not really. Honestly, the real answer is you gotta give yourself a break. I think we need to give ourselves permission to be human because we're all human, and it's fine to slack. It's fine to 耍废. It's natural. I think being truly productive is to really focus, dedicate on your work in a certain period of time, and then full on 耍废, like full on 耍废 for the rest of the time, so that we get the rest that we need. Of course, guilt does motivate me, but over time I realized that I shouldn't have that much guilt. Because I'm human and I need a 耍废. It's part of humanity. Alright, so these are 30 questions. I had so much fun filming this. I've done a video talking about how languages affect people's personality, and I really wonder if you think that I have a different personality when I speak English. I honestly do not know. I probably have dual personality. Tell me what you think. Tell me if you think that I sound really different in English. I probably do sound more like myself. I don't know. My head is messed up. After answering 30 questions, I'm shutting down. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned more about me and you've learned something from this video. Anyways, don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I've been having a really hard time getting more followers on Instagram, so go follow it. I'll see you next time. Jeez.